Before our new server can host the user interface website, Microsoft's Internet Information Services, normally referred to as IIS, must be installed and configured. Even if you're already familiar with IIS, I would still recommend following along to verify the settings. I'm once again connected to the remote desktop of my VM. What I'm going to do now is open a web browser and enter a URL of localhost. What this does is to tell the web browser to look for a website on the same machine that the browser is running on. As you can see here, my browser can't connect. This is because my VM isn't currently hosting a website, but we're about to change that. The installation procedure for IIS will vary slightly depending on which Windows operating system you're using. However, the configuration settings you need to select will all be basically the same. For Windows Server releases, you will start by opening the Server Manager, select Manage from the menu, and then click Add Roles and Features. However, if you're running Windows 10, you will need to go to the Control Panel, look inside the Programs tab, and select Turn Windows Features On and Off, and then expand the items under Internet Information Services. Regardless of the method used to get here, once you get to the Features Configuration page, look inside the .NET Framework Features 4.5 and enable ASP.NET 4.5. Then, inside of WCF Services, you need to enable HTTP activation and TCP activation. Next, we will move over to the Security section, and here we will enable Basic Authentication, IP restrictions, and Windows authentication, in addition to the default items. To allow for remote website management, let's also enable the FTP server and service, and lastly, we need to verify that the IIS Management Console is selected to be installed. Then, depending on your operating system, you will need to either click Install or OK to begin the installation. And to complete the installation, I will need to restart the server. After the installation completes, once again go to a web browser and enter localhost. If we did everything correctly, the Microsoft IIS splash screen should appear. For convenience, I'm going to make this the default starting page on my web browser. Now, all we need to do is replace the default IIS page with the TagsCollector web page. For doing this, you will need to locate the TagsCollector user interface folder that was included in the product's download. Inside, you will find a folder named Publish. Copy this folder to the desktop of the server. This folder contains a fully functional website that can be used for testing this install. To set up the location for publishing, open File Explorer and navigate to C, inetpub, www.root, and create a new folder named TagsCollector. Now just copy the contents of the Publish folder into this new TagsCollector folder. And now this can be deleted. Next, I will locate the IIS Management Console and pin it to my taskbar, and then open the application. If I expand the list of connections, I will see all the websites the server is hosting. Currently, the only site in the list is the IIS default website, which I'm now going to delete. Now, right-click on Sites and select Add Website. Give it a name of TagsCollector. Set a physical path of the folder we just added, C, inetpub, www.root, TagsCollector. And before closing the screen, verify that the port number is set to 80. That should be everything for configuring IIS. Now let's open a web browser and see if it works. I'm betting this is cached, so let's refresh the page, and it works. The last thing to do is to expand the page and log in using the default username and password, admin and Tyronis, all lowercase. Let's select QuickStart Demo from the navigation menu, and here you can see the 12 or 13 tags that we added during the previous video. Additionally, I will test my setpoint button by changing the current value of 73.4 to 75.2. Notice that the limits we added earlier are also reflected here. Again, we get a warning before sending data to the PLC. And here we see the new value was accepted and the tag colors have been adjusted accordingly. As a final step, you should test the website's remote accessibility by entering the server's IP address into a web browser located on a different computer on your user network. If the firewalls and networks are configured correctly, you should be able to view the site remotely with the same functionality as in localhost on the server. Here, it looks like my IIS installation is good to go, so the only thing left is to open up Visual Studio and customize the website.